So with the Max P1 glove and the new winter version aptly named Iron Fist, has E-Rides just cornered the market and created the best PEV riding glove ever made? Let's talk about it. Let's go. So let's first talk about the Max P1 glove. This is the one that I was introduced to not that long ago, and I am blown away. Let me tell you, Afiz, you guys did a hell of a job with you and your team, and I know Afiz, you're doing a lot of work at continuing to upgrade these to make them the best version that they could possibly be. But before I get into what they actually are, let me talk about what they replace. So I was always a simple wrist strap guy. These are the ones from eWheels. I really like the way that these are made. I know they're simple, but they pop over everything and they don't block my Apple Watch. So it was always easy for me to use these. These were always my go-to. I don't do a lot of cold weather riding, but when I do, I need something to cover my hands. So what I ended up doing, first, I went to the Hillbillies, and the Hillbillies were a little thicker. They got more, material and stuff. And actually, I should have grabbed the other glove because the other one I can show you is ripped right here, and it ripped like the third day that I wore it. So I was very upset. Stitching from the factory, whatever, it just didn't work right, and they didn't feel exactly what I wanted. They just weren't. Then as it got even colder, I went to a winter glove. It's a thinner winter glove, and I would put this, the eWheels wrist guard, over the top of this glove. So I ended up with this glove and this wrist strap over the top of it. And of course, to put the glove on, you got to undo the wrist strap and then put the glove on and then tighten down the wrist strap, and it just barely caught the Velcro on it because the glove was taking up obviously some of the space in it. So it was a hassle and a headache for me to wear my gloves. Another reason why I don't really like riding in the cold weather, because if I don't have the right gear to protect me and to keep me comfortable and warm, then I really am not happy and I don't like to do it. However, now I have these Max P1 gloves, and these gloves, let me tell you, just the Max P1s alone, you can wear these, year round. And he does have a version that are fingerless. So the fingers are cut off. Now, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, just enough to tell you that they breathe. They have perforated leather, and then they have the leather on the inside. It's the imitation, I don't know if it's vegan leather or what exactly it is, but it's the kind of material that it stretches, but it's comfortable. And then on the fingertips, he's got the material so that you can use your phone. If you can get the heat from your fingertips going through the glove, because it's usually the heat that exchange that allows you to use them. So he has those fingertips here. Each knuckle has the protectors. He has the protector to make sure that your pinky don't get ripped off. And as a matter of fact, talking about the pinky, here's a little clip from our trip to China. Somebody who crashed and said that this helped them out and saved their pinky. We were just talking about the gloves, and then Corey, right?
From Australia.
From Australia.
Yeah.
He just fell, and he was just talking about the
Found the
gloves.
gloves. I would have broken my pinky. It's swollen now, but without it.
He felt pretty good. Took a nice digger out there and tore himself up a little bit, but he wanted to talk about, we were talking to Afiz here from E-Rides, and we were talking about the gloves.
Yeah.
Which gloves was he wearing again?
Yeah, he was watching the Max P1 gloves.
The Max P1 gloves, and he was talking about how it saved his finger.
Yeah, I need to get you one. I'll send one to you.
For my ass too.
We're in the Max P1 trousers or something.
Okay, so the gloves protected his hands, but not his ass cheeks. He's gonna work on that that's different gear. Different gear. That's coming soon.
Yeah.
but thanks again to E-Rides for that, man. Yeah. Gear. Wear all the gear all the time.
So like I said, this is a great idea, I think. Not only does it have the knuckle protection, it has each joint protection, but the knuckles, if you fall on those, and this is another thing, because I have this really bad luck where anytime I don't wear a piece of gear, I get injured wherever I don't have that gear on. I went riding in Boston one time and forgot to put on my knee pads because I was rushing to catch the group, and I fell and scraped up my knees, shredded my pants. Same thing happened with these gloves. I had these gloves with me in China because Afiz brought them. Thank you again, Afiz. Shouts out to him. And by the way, you can click the link below the video and go to my eRides link and grab your own. But he brought these for me. I put them on and I was like, wow, I love these. And I took them off to mess with this camera while we were riding in the woods. And while I was hitting the buttons and messing with the camera, I had the glove. I was wearing this glove. I put this glove in this hand, messing with the camera with my open hand, and I fell and landed right on my knuckles. Yes, right where I didn't have protection. And yes, it's healing now, but I scraped here, here, here. I was bleeding. I was like, what? Like, I had the protection in my other hand, but yet I wasn't wearing it. My motto is all the gear all the time. And yet again, I took it off. When I don't have the gear on, that's when something bad happens. That's why I say all the gear all the time. Anyway, so talking about these, they have a nice wrist strap that easy to get off, and it ratchets down. It's got a nice hook right here. The inside material is really comfortable, but the big thing about these is it has the slider on the palm, which you can see I've already used. And that slider is wedged in there really good. And then it has the back for a protection. So if you fall, your wrist is held. You have the slider in the front, and that piece goes all the way down. And you have the metal bar in the back that goes all the way here. It has the slight curvature so that it allows your wrist to do a little bit, but not enough for your wrist to break. And the cool thing about this is if you are not racing or not doing anything too crazy, and you just want the wrist guard, the slider part of it, and you don't really need the metal back, you can pull that out. You can open it up here, pull the metal out, and that way you have a little more flexibility, so you'll still have protection. And if you fall, you still be protected, but you won't be so limited that you can't move, because when you put this on, you know you got a glove on. It's nice and tight. It definitely does its job, and it gives you exactly the protection that you're looking for. I love how it feels. I love how it looks. It breathes. It has perforated leather and perforated materials so that you can get some air in here. However, this is the Max P1. Now, when we're talking winter time, yeah, that's a whole different story. This is lined. This glove is lined with I mean, it feels so good. And he's upgrading this material because he found another way. He said even better material. So he's continuing to upgrade these. So it has, the strap is so good. You can see it can really isolate that wrist, so you're not gonna break your wrist if you fall. But I can take it out so I can have more flexibility and be more comfortable if I want. I can use my fingers, like I said, and this is the Iron Fist right here. That's what these gloves are, the Iron Fist by eRides. I love them. They feel so snug and tight, and these are the winter version. So say you're riding and you got water or condensation or snow or whatever on your goggles or your windscreen. Look at that. You got a wiper built in. Yep, that's right. You can wipe your goggles or your glasses or your visor right off. This is built in. It's got a built-in squeegee. I love it. It has the thumb protection. It has the knuckle protection. It has all the joint protection that you would need. I really like the way he made this. Even on this side, it even has these here. So if you sometimes you slide on, you hit the ground on the side of the glove, sliders even there. This thing here, a lot of people talk about it. Even I was like, why do you need it? And like I said in the video clip I showed you, excuse me, he fell, snagged his pinky, and he felt like, and it was hurting, but he knew that if he didn't have this extra little piece here, he felt he would have broke his pinky. And it was crazy because that happened right as I was talking up to Afiz about these gloves, and we were talking about how important that is. And there's just so much about these gloves that I really like. I'm glad that he made these. I'm glad that they're continuing to sell them. I think I even want the fingerless. I want all of them because there's a different use case for all of these gloves. So if you're interested, go to eRides. You can go to erides.com, erides.co, I believe, is the UK site. But erides.com is the global site, so you can reach either one. Actually, when you log in, if you log in from the US, it'll ask you, do you want to go to the US site? And then it'll take you right there. So eRides is definitely where you want to go. Hit the link down in my description, like I said, and it'll take you right there anyway, so that you can let them know that'll be telling them that I sent you. And yes, I'll get a little tiny kickback, but it'll help me to continue to show you the things that they're making at eRides that are going to help us to continue to ride. So PEVs, I ride all kinds of stuff, and I know that these are going to be the gloves that I'm going to be wearing going forward. Like I said, the Iron Fists are definitely for the winter, because right now my hand is hot because it's a winter glove. But this one, the Max P1 glove, feels really good no matter when you're wearing it. And if you like the fingerless kind, they have the Max P1 fingerless as well. So they have everything you need when it comes to the gloves that you want to wear, no matter what PEV you're riding. So if you want to check them out, go to eRides, check them out, and let them know I sent you. If you're looking for a PEV glove, there's really nowhere else to look. These are the gloves that you want. So trust me. And of course, I'm giving you my opinion. This is just how I feel. You may feel differently. And if you have something else, let me know, because tell me in the comments if there's something else that you found that works for you, or if you tried these and how you feel about them. Because let me tell you, my little contraption that I had going on over here was driving me nuts. I really did not like having to wear that, and it bothered me every time I went out on a ride and this is what I had to figure out and had to do. The gloves didn't really give me any protection on my hands. They were just a thin winter glove. And, the only thing I had was just the wrist guard with the slider on it. So I'm glad that this gives me full protection. I'm ready to go with the Max P1 and the Iron Fist. So if you were in the market for some gloves, I hope that this helped you. If so, like I said, leave me a comment, let me know. Until next time, it's your man ThaBlackCobra. Deuces, and I'm out. Whew, these are some good gloves. I absolutely love these gloves. Wow.